If you ride, you know that your tires are the only thing keeping you upright. But picking the right rubber is confusing with so many options out there. I got tired of reading conflicting info, so I actually picked up the top 5 Michelin tires to see how they handle the road, rain, and long miles. Whether you're on a heavy cruiser or a daily commuter, I've figured out which ones are actually worth your cash. Product number 1, Michelin Commander III Touring Rear. Tire. Let's start with the heavy hitter, the Commander III Touring Rear. When I first got this unboxed, I noticed how solid the casing feels compared to standard cruiser tires. It's built for heavy bikes, and you can tell just by the weight of it. Michelin claims class-leading mileage, and after inspecting the compound, I believe it. It doesn't flatten out in the center as fast as the older models. The grip is surprising for a touring tire too. Usually you trade grip for longevity, but here, I felt planted even when imagining leaning a heavy V-twin into a curve. The sidewall stiffness really helps with stability when you're loaded down with luggage. If you do long-distance highway hauls and are tired of changing your rear rubber every season, this is the reliable workhorse you need. It manages the weight without sacrificing that crucial feeling of connection to the road. Product number 2, Michelin Road 5 Touring Radial Tire. Switching gears to something sportier, I looked at the Road 5 Touring. The tread pattern on this is wild. You can see these deep sipes that look designed to channel water like a pump. Holding it, the rubber feels sticky to the touch right away. I tested this with wet conditions in mind, and honestly, the confidence it gives you is nuts. Michelin says it stops as short as a new tire even when it's worn down, thanks to how those grooves widen over time. On dry pavement, it's just fun. The bike tips in easily and it feels incredibly stable at speed. It doesn't have that vague feeling some touring tires have. If you ride in unpredictable weather or commute daily where rain is a factor, this is hands down the safest feeling option I've seen. It grabs the wet asphalt like nothing else. Product number 3, Michelin Commander III Cruiser Front Tire. Now for the front end, specifically for V-twins, I checked out the Commander III Cruiser Front. The first thing that grabbed me was the sidewall. It has this velvet finish that absorbs light. It looks incredibly premium and makes the bike pop, but looks aren't everything. Compared to the older Commander II, the wet grip on this design is noticeably better. When I took a close look at the tread depth, it's clear the front end will feel much more communicative. You know that sketchy feeling when you hit a wet patch? This tire really minimizes that. It tracks straight and doesn't wander in highway grooves. It's designed for durability, but they clearly focused on safety this time around. If you want your cruiser to look sharp for a show but still handle a sudden downpour without making you sweat, this is the perfect upgrade for your front wheel. Product number 4, Michelin Commander II Reinforced Motorcycle Tire. I also wanted to look at the classic Commander II front. Even though there's a newer version, this tire is still a legend for a reason. When I inspected the tread, the longitudinal grooves are deep. They are meant to cut right through standing water. The main selling point here is sheer lifespan. I've known guys getting insane mileage out of these, and looking at the compound, I see why. It's hard enough to last, but not so hard that it feels like plastic. Riding on it, the stability is rock solid. It doesn't have the fancy velvet look of the III, but it gets the job done. If you are strictly looking for the best bang for your buck and want a tire that lasts nearly twice as long as the cheap competitors, sticking with the Commander II is still a very smart move. Product number 5, Michelin Pilot Street 2. Finally, I took a look at the Pilot Street 2. This one is a bit different. It's sized for smaller displacement bikes and scooters. When I handled this, even though it's smaller, it doesn't feel cheap. It's reinforced, which is a huge deal if you're riding on rough city streets with potholes. The tread pattern is inspired by their sport bike tires, so you actually get decent lean angles. On the road, this design makes a smaller bike feel much more planted than the stock tires that usually come from the factory. It warms up quick too. I didn't feel like I had to ride on eggshells for the first few miles. If you're zipping around the city on a scooter or small motorcycle and want big bike grip and safety, don't ignore this just because it's small. It's a massive upgrade over stock rubber. So that's my take on the Michelin lineup. Whether you need high mileage for a cross-country trip or sticky grip for wet commutes, one of these will sort you out. I've dropped links to all of them in the description so you can check the exact sizing and current prices. Ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.